I've been waiting for several months to finally make a video about this wonderfully, beautifully painted Singer 301. This machine came to me and it wasn't so beautiful. It was a black machine and the lacquer finish was pretty much destroyed. I think I have pictures that I can add to this video to show you what it used to look like. I've wanted to have a machine painted for a long time. I'm not ready to do that myself, so I reached out to some different auto body shops and I found some people with the help of my husband who knew that I restore these machines and that a lot of my profits go to charities, and they jumped on board. I can't wait to show you what a beautiful job they did. I'm going to show you how this machine sews, how it works now that it's been restored, and then I'm going to list it for sale on my website. If you have questions about it, please leave them in the comments below. But now let's look at this machine and let's look at how it sews. Okay, so before we start sewing here, I'll explain just a couple different things about this machine. This is the stitch length regulator. So as I'm sewing, you might not see this on the camera, but this is what I will be adjusting to adjust the stitch length and show you reverse. This is the tension. You should be able to see it if I decide to adjust it while I'm sewing, but this is where we control the tension on the machine. And another great feature on the 301s is down here in the end, there's a little knob you can turn, which allows you to raise and lower the feed dogs for darning or free motion quilting. Of course, it has its handy handle for easily lifting and moving the machine, and a new LED light, which that is off and that is on. And I think the lighting in here right now kind of makes it hard to see, but that LED light really does a great job at lighting up the bed for you. This machine will come with an original manual. This manual came with the machine when I got it. It is now in worse shape than the machine, but all the information you want to know about the machine is in this manual. They did a great job of explaining things in these manuals. I will be sewing with a new electronic style foot control, and I'm using mine for this demonstration, but whoever purchases this machine will get a new electronic foot control and new power cord. Those will come with the machine as well. So let's get sewing. So I have it threaded up and ready to go. This is a just plain piece of cotton. I did a few sample stitches earlier. That's what I'm going to continue to sew on. I will start out on the longest stitch, which is 6 per inch. That's perfect for running gathering threads and the like. I'm going to just put my fabric under, lower my foot, and start sewing. And I have the tension on a 3. I don't think I'm going to change it, but I will change this stitch length so you can see the smaller stitches. And I will move to a very fine stitch. Okay, let's turn the corner here and I will show you reverse. And we'll move back to about an 8 when I'm ready to sew in reverse. And this This can sew very fast. It's very powerful. I'm not a fast sewer. I'm always afraid of running over my fingers. But let's take a look just at this. So, see if my camera will focus. This is the top side of the lock stitch. And first we have our 6 stitches per inch. Then we move to the smaller stitch. This looks like it came in at about 10 right here. This is that super fine stitch. And then here we have our reverse. And then where we finished off, this is the back side. It doesn't look any different than the front. So these machines are great for quilting. They're great for sewing through multiple layers of fabric. And that's the other thing I want to show you. I will do this demonstration at about a 10. And the cool thing is we can lock in our stitch length if we don't want it to move around. I typically don't do that, but I can understand why you would want to. So I have a long strip of fabric here that's folded in half. So we're starting out on 2 layers. I'm not changing my tension for this, and I'm not changing my stitch length. Let's see how many layers we can sew through. Do a couple stitches to start. I'm going to fold this end up here. So now I'm introducing 2 more layers of fabric. I just want to watch these little corners here to make sure that they don't go on the wrong side of the foot. But let's just start sewing onto 4 layers. And then I'm folding it again, which now gives us 8 layers of fabric. Just worried about that little corner. There it went. And 1 more fold gives us 16 layers. And just turn the corner here. Go again. And come back down. Okay, hope you could see that. I was trying to work around the camera as much as I could, but here is the top of the lock stitch. And one of the things that I look for is when I'm switching through thicknesses, does it struggle? Does my stitch length change? And you won't find that on this machine. So beautiful stitch on top and a beautiful stitch on the bottom. This really is ready to sew. All it needs is just someone to love it and take care of it, oil it and grease it when it needs it. Now let's talk about a few more things. This is an automotive paint and clear coat. So it was painted the blue color, and then the decals were applied by me. That's the only part I did in the process, besides removing everything that needed to be removed to paint it. And that includes the badges. I had to take them off, so it was painted and then the badges were put back on by me. Working with the decals, that was something new, and the clear coat is over the decals. I did notice, and I don't know if it was a chemical reaction with the paint or what, but I do notice there's a little bit of change in color around some of the decals, not all of them. That's something that I will look into before I paint another machine, but I definitely am going to be painting another machine. There's no reason why something so beautiful and wonderfully made shouldn't be used just because its paint is a mess. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing this machine. Let me know if you have questions. Look out for it in a couple days on my website. I'll see you again soon. Bye.